face is completely shot.
Yeah.
From singing along at the hardcore show.
It happens.
Barriers were broken. Madball fucking rules. I've been seeing that band since I was probably 15 years old.
A child.
I am damn near 40. I still have the same reaction. My wife was not impressed with the whole barricade tearing down thing.
Why would she be?
But I told her, this is hardcore. Things happen.
Yeah. She is the grown-up in the relationship.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, she's
thankfully.
been to a few. I would think she would know what to expect on some of those.
Yeah, but
I know.
Did Nick get in the pit?
No, she's not. She's a school nurse. How dare you? She would not get in the pit.
School nurse.
She
How
would not
dare
get
you?
in the-
Did she heal anyone that got hurt in said pit?
I brought that up to her. I'm like, you know that you're a nurse, so like, if we're gonna go to this show and like someone does get hurt, like
First aid.
you're like, I think she has an oath or some shit,
Yeah,
right?
no, it's the Hippocratic school nurse oath.
Yeah, if your child pukes in the hallway or skins its
You
knees,
must put
Yeah.
sawdust.
You must-
skins its knees.
skins its knees. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's up to her to save folks. When I took her to see I Hate God and the Cro-Mags, there was a girl there who was extremely inebriated, who she was like legit concerned about. Like, no, that girl needs help.
Well, Nick is a caring human being.
Yeah, and of course the rest of us were like, yeah, that girl's fucked. Like, that's what her like, that's her like lifestyle. And
But
she's
did you
a-
really know that, or were you judging her based on one night's performance?
You're right. Maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm the issue. Am
Maybe
I the
we should stop
patriarchy?
talking about
Maybe you're the
monsters and
drunk.
start talking about our feelings.
Oh, yeah. Is that
Starting now.
Is that what this podcast?
New pod.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The Feelings Not
Exploring
podcast.
the issues
Our unknown feelings.
with the Crypto Heart podcast.
I
Yeah.
have meta feelings.
Meta feelings.
feelings.
Ultra feelings.
No,
Meta
don't get
feelings.
started with the ultra feelings. You're going to make Chris mad.
Too late.
Look at, yeah, he's already mad. We all are a little bit under the weather between my voice being blown out from the sweet fucking sing-alongs.
It's true. I've had a long hella week.
Yep.
No sleep.
I drank a lot of PBRs, and then we got here to the pod, and we crushed a bunch of pizza.
Yes,
So-
we did. Which was delightful to the palate, but probably not super conducive to, I don't know, not fucking passing out like a bunch of middle-aged fat fucks who
Yeah.
just ate too much pizza
Yeah.
and then are going to podcast.
Well, look, we're going to make it through this. all
Yeah,
right?
we are.
Because this week, gentlemen, we are talking about modern-day Centaurs. But before we get started, we are the Kryptonaut Podcast. I am Mark Storrs, and with me, as always, is...
Crap.
And
Rob Morphy.
back to the Centaurs.
Indeed.
Centaurs or Centaurs? Ooh.
I always said centaurs.
But Centaur sounds cool.
Yeah, but it's like Taurus, like the bull, like centaurs.
But Taurus. Ooh.
Centaurs. See, now I'm going to fuck it up. Now that you got it in my head, you got it in my craw.
All right, let's just say Centaur.
No.
No, I'm sorry. No, shit. Centaur.
Oh, man.
Centaur now?
A centaur.
Centaur.
Sounds so
Centaur.
dumb.
Centaur.
A centaur.
Alpha Centauri.
Oh, God. all
Centauri.
right.
Oh, I guess we could call him centaurs.
A centaur.
Centaur.
Chris, what do you call him? You're the centaur master.
I don't know why.
And
Because
facts.
you're our D&D guy.
I
true.
don't know. I think I don't know. I think mostly growing up they would call them centaurs, but
Okay, so centaur.
that doesn't mean that's right.
Shit.
It doesn't mean it's right.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're from fucking Greece. We're from upstate New York.
Yeah, that's true.
We're just going to do what we do. We just mutilate words all the
All right.
time.
Yeah, all right, cool. All right.
I guess centaurs it is.
All right, fine. Actually, before we get started, let's give a shout out to a listener who sent us some awesome figure.
Awesome figure.
Do it up, Bobby.
Of the Carmel walking squid, and that's Tom Hanauer. What a fucking brilliant piece of artwork. It's this just this gorgeous molded piece, and it came complete with a little cryptozoologist figure for comparison.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He posted something online, and I loved it, and then he offered to make one for me, and I was just fucking delighted and flattered, and it came through the mail, and I'm just telling you, this piece, which I know Marcus already or will soon post pictures of, is fucking brilliant. The detail work is great. Tom, I just want to say thank you so much. It's now going to be in our Kryptonaut studio, aka Chris' apartment, so we
it's
can all
over
enjoy
here.
it.
It's over here between Obi-Wan and Boba Fett and Vader's and some stormtroopers. It looks dope. It looks great.
Oh, it's so fucking
right
cool.
where it belongs.
Right where it belongs.
No,
exactly.
it's top quality craftsmanship, and it's so cool because obviously, he's basing it on the actual account, but it's a little bit also based on my artwork, which is always fucking phenomenal to see. So I couldn't be more flattered. Like all of our fans that have ever sent us anything they've drawn or manufactured as a toy or carved into leather or anything else that has been inspired even a little bit by what we do is just the coolest fucking thing ever, and we love it, and we're surrounded by it actually all around us right now on the walls and everywhere.
Yep.
So thank you, Tom, so much, and again, if this is something you want to do, let us know, and we'll make sure people know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
You did a fucking phenomenal job. Thank
also,
you.
too, we're going to give a shout out to our buddy at DoodleKev on Instagram. He sent us a super dope fucking alien print and a bunch of cool stickers and shit. So shout out to you, DoodleKev. Again, he is on Instagram.
Yeah, we got the Sasquatch. Now I'm saying every word wrong. Sasquatch brisket from him, and now we have the extraterrestrial version of how to chop them up into sundry lunch meats.
And actually, a while back, he did the Enfield Horror. He did the really creepy Enfield Horror.
That's right, yeah.
They made it look really uncomfortable and kind of like...
And it already does.
But his looks like real super gnarly. Yeah. So check him out.
Like, you don't want that thing crawling through your fucking air conditioner hole.
No.
Never.
Well, check him out on Insta. He's awesome. He's a great artist, and I believe you can buy his work there. So check all that out. So yeah, let's get back to this week's episode. Centaur, however you want to say it, that's what we are going to be talking about. I'm trying to get my phone to open. There it goes. So let's see if I can nail this intro without blowing my voice out and mispronouncing words.
Good luck.
Here we go. Alleged to live in the forests of Thessaly, these noble yet barbaric hybrid beasts were said to bear the head and torso of a human blended at the waist with a powerful body and legs of a horse. Universally recognized to be the product of Greek mythology, there's absolutely no tangible evidence to indicate that these fictional fiends were anything but imaginary, save for one undisputable fact: people keep seeing them.
Those rat bastards.
I didn't know that they were fiends.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought they were just like they hanging out. I thought they
some. Well, one specifically, though I don't remember the name, was an academic. Most are fucking shit-heel cads.
Okay, I don't know.
So if you read the mythology.
All right, yeah.
Most of the hybrid creatures were evil by nature.
Well, because the nature of what it is that they're bestial, and the animal side negates the more noble, intellectual human side, which of course is just human-centric arrogance.
Like horses are just assholes at heart.
Don't we all know that? Didn't we always know that?
Well, plus, I think most of those creatures were the product of some sort of curse of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
Usually anything that ended up being a half animal is cursed, so they're dicks.
Well, if you guys want to know... curse equals dicks. We know that.
That's their fucking 23andMe genealogy report. Curse equals dicks. Nice. Yeah. Awesome. I love it.
But we will actually break down the origin of the centaur, as I guess I'm going to call them from now on.
All right. Well, Bobby, tell me about centaurs.
All right. But first off, I want to give a shout out to Linda Godfrey, Lon Strickler, and of course the great Albert Rosales, who's invaluable. They did a lot of the compiling of these reports, and their work is vital. And so I just wanted to give a shout out because I took this from a lot of different sources, and so big ups to them.
Awesome.
Okay. Creatures of myth are very often just that. Figments of ancient people's imagination used to fill the cavernous voids of their factual knowledge of rare and unusual fauna. Or, as often as not, simple misidentifications of species that may have been known to scholars, but not themselves. But although many of these beasts of legend have been relegated to the allegorical ash heap, there are a few who, from time to time, rear their unnatural heads in order to confound and sometimes terrify the human race. Case in point, centaurs.
All right.
These bestial, lust-filled, wine-loving drunkards were the spawn of Centaurus, the first in a long line of Homo equus, coined a phrase, born to Zeon, I think I'm saying that right, Zeon and Nephili, whom a jealous Zeus had formed into a cloud resembling his wife Hera. It's a long story.
Yeah, Zeus is always like a real fucking
he's turned into a swan and porking somebody.
That's what he does.
All the time.
But the result was the creation of this new species. In another version of the origin story, Centaurus was a man who is said to have an unnatural lust for Magnesian mares, with whom he copulated, resulting in a line that was half human, half horse.
You're talking about Horseman Baby?
So in one, Horseman Baby.
Is that Horseman Baby? Is that what this is?
In one line, it's just this dude who really wants to fuck horses.
Yeah.
And his seed finds purchase, and centaurs are born.
Makes a species.
In a whole other one, it's like, oh, no, she's not my wife, but this cloud that's supposed to be my wife is really Nephili, and you're going to have sex with her thinking it's my wife, but fuck you, and your baby's a horse. Halfway horse.
He's gonna have sex with the cloud or the horse?
Fucking a cloud that looks like Hera that is really Nephili, I don't know how the horse got involved.
Are you gonna fuck a cloud that's in the sky? Was it?
Dude,
Was
I
it
don't
fog?
know.
Yeah,
Listen,
but if
what the
the
Greeks
cloud
do-
looks like some hot deity.
All right.
True.
So
I mean, I've never seen a hot cloud, but I'm not going to rule the possibility out.
I think it's. I mean, all right. I guess standards are different now, but
Well,
it's a cloud.
I mean,
Yeah, but it could be hot.
it was the
Oh,
time of
really?
gods.
You're gonna go with this? You will. You would. You would.
If you saw a vaporous, misty hottie, would you deny her simply because it seemed like she was ephemeral and hard to touch?
Remember
of
what
all-
we were talking about before the last pod started?
Right.
About looking at just looking at images and things that you like.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Fine.
So don't say
All
stuff's
right,
off
so
the
yeah,
table.
all right. Fine. Fine. We all have things that we look at and find enjoyable.
Roger jerks off to
The
meatballs.
best part is, not having explained any of this,
Yeah, I can
people
jerk
are
off to
going to
that.
assume the worst.
It was chicken parm. Whatever.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Chicken
So real
parm.
quick, magnesian mares.
Magnesian mares.
Is that a certain type of horse?
Not in reality, as far as I
Okay.
know. I think it's just I guess the horses that walk the magnesian fields.
All right. So he ended up he banged one out and got her pregnant. All right,
Multiple. You don't just bang one, have one
So
child,
there's
and a
all-
species is born.
Cool. So they're all inbred, basically.
That's just how the magic of centaurs works.
All right. Cool. Continue, Robert.
Phlegon of Tralles,
My fave.
a Greek writer who lived until 137 BCE. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I fuck it up. He's
No,
everyone's
keep
favorite.
going. You're fine. You're
Right.
fine.
Who lived until 137 Common Era, thank you, claimed to have seen the preserved remains of a centaur which were preserved in honey in the storehouse of Emperor Hadrian, which he described thusly. Its face was more savage than a human face. Its arms and fingers were hairy, and its ribs were joined to its front legs and its stomach. I cannot really envision what that is.
No, not really.
It had strong hooves and a horse's mane that was tawny.
Like Catane?
Oh,
Yes, like Tawny
really? A
Catane.
mane? They know
Catane.
we don't have
Our
manes.
I know.
friend Tawny Catane. All right.
Yeah, pod buddy,
Pod
Tawny
buddy.
Catane.
So.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, but all right, cool. I mean, someone.
I see it just
Yeah,
super sweet Fabio
it's just-
hair and it looked like a mane.
That's also possible. I mean, or does it go like down the neck and into the back?
That could be.
But why is its face? All right, we'll have these questions. Apparently, their faces are all fucked up or something.
Well, think of it this way.
I really assumed it was Fabio like cut in half on top of a fucking horse.
More savage than a
That's what they
human
are.
face
Yeah.
only means that he was mean mugging when he died, or that the process of embalming in honey, I don't even know how that fucking works,
Yeah, what's
maybe
that?
tensed up the features.
Yeah, you can't tell by
Or
that.
more likely than not, it's super creative taxidermy and
Yeah,
who the fuck
again,
knows what they did.
There was 100. Forensics wasn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was somewhere before 137, so.
All right. Well, we should just take it as what it is. He saw a centaur.
Modern day scholars agree that the thought of such creatures actually existing is pure poppycock, academic phrase.
Cool.
And that the likely origin of the myth came from the warriors of Thessaly's penchant for hunting wild bulls on horseback, suggesting that the very word centaur may have originally meant bull killer. It is, historians allege, these legendary horsemen who gave rise to fables regarding a single entity containing the cunning of a human being and the brute strength of a noble steed.
I can see that.
Yeah, totally.
absolutely.
That makes sense.
This verdict, in the face of an utter dearth of fossil evidence to the contrary, seems reasonable enough to academics and laypersons alike. But there's just one problem with this comfortably logical conclusion. The eyewitnesses who have come forward over the years claiming to have seen a living, breathing member of this phantasmagorical species. And now we're going to get to our first. An account that hailed from the mid-20th century was chronicled by Graham J. McEwen in his 1986 book, Mystery Animals of Britain and Ireland. According to McEwen, on a cool evening in the spring of 1966, John Farrell and Margaret Johnson were driving along a lonely country road in County Louth, Ireland, when they came across an entity unlike anything they could have conceived. The couple were passing an estate not far from the village of Drogheda, I think I said that, Drogheda, when, without warning, a huge creature leapt into the road just ahead of them. John hit the brakes, and he and Margaret jerked to a sudden stop. The couple looked up and stared in what must have been slack-jawed amazement at the animalistic apparition that was transfixed in the headlight's gaze. The thing that stood before them was part mythical, part genetics experiment gone dreadfully awry, and 100% weird. It was what one might call a proto or semi-centaur.
Oh, is this an offshoot of a centaur?
It really is.
And was there a sign that said Centaur Crossing? Because if there was and you didn't fucking slow down, that's on you.
That's on you. It's completely,
Centaurs had the right of way.
That's John's bad at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rules.
John and Margaret agreed that the bulk of the beast resembled a huge horse, bigger than any they had ever seen, but it wasn't its size that had arrested their attention, it was its head. At the apex of its muscular neck lay the unmistakable face of a human being.
Oh, no.
As if some unscrupulous mad surgeon had, for reasons too terrible to speculate, decided to remove the head of a horse and replace it with that of a hairy, wild-eyed human.
So you got a horse with a human head.
So it's a full
that
fucking
ain't really
horse.
A centaur.
That's not the majestic thing in paintings.
That is a semi-centaur, sir.
It's like a 16th of a centaur.
Centaur.
It's a 16th of a centaur, yeah. If we're talking millimeters here, this thing ain't that much of a fucking centaur.
But I can't help it because it always brings me back to that fuck-sucking horrible thing from the remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the fucking dog with the man head.
Oh,
yeah.
That fucking just gave me nightmares for fucking ever.
Dude, just imagine a firm, muscular horse neck and then my head on
and
top
then just
of it.
taper
It's going to look
like,
fucking
how does
dumb.
it even taper? It just goes thin, thin, thin.
Yeah.
What's worse is, like, I don't even see it that way. I don't see it like a human head popped on. I see almost like they, like, cut the fucking horse's head down at an angle from, like, the ears to the mid-jaw, and they just laid a face on it.
Oh, that's not hard.
That's
That's not hard.
I don't think
I don't
that
know.
at
I think
all.
I'm just trying to see the worst possible thing, but that's the first
Yeah,
thing
no,
I
that's-
envisioned. Like this,
yeah, that's terrible.
yucky fuck face.
That's
on
some
half a
Silent
horse
Hill
head.
shit that you just described.
That is some Silent Hill shit right
Oh,
there.
it just
good
made me
sir.
sick to say it out loud.
All right, so they see this beast. What happens?
Paralyzed with fright, the pair found that they were unable to look away from the ghastly thing's bulging eyes. The standoff between the couple and this abomination of natural selection lasted for what must have felt like an eternity, but was in actuality mere moments. Then, just as suddenly as it had arrived, this hooved horror bounded off into the darkness, never to be seen again, and leaving John and Margaret with a lifetime of unanswered questions, and more likely than not, their fair share of nightmares.
So they had like a weird
Okay.
weird Centaur fucking showdown.
Real quick?
where they just stared at each other.
Yeah.
They just hopped out, big bulgy eyes, just, and
but
they're
they
like,
just,
"Ah!"
they didn't do anything. Like, oh fuck, and then they just
What can you do?
Nothing.
You know.
It was crossing the road. He fucked up.
Well, everyone fucked up.
But yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I guess
nobody
actually,
the Centaur was fucking fucked up. John and Margaret were fucked
it
up.
was a round table fuck up. Everyone's accountable.
Nobody felt better after that night.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Yeah, bad ending.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
The next case comes to us again from 1966, but this time the encounter occurred on the outskirts of southern Richmond, Virginia.
Oh shit! Right
Bring it
here in the
home.
old fuck United States of America, baby.
The eyewitness was 8 years old at the time, and she, her pal, along with a few of her younger siblings, had snuck out of the house on a dusky summer's night in order to play in a nearby 4-acre park and recreation area. The rapscallions made their way down a winding path through a wooded area that led from their apartment complex to the park. Once there, the frolicking began in earnest. We all remember what that was like. Earnest frolicking.
Earnest.
The rapscallions.
Mm-hmm. Scallywags.
So you got like a bunch of scallions in your rap. Never mind.
Until a bizarre sound echoed through the field, freezing the kids in their tracks. 46 years later, the leader of the group would describe the sound as a cross between a ghostly moan and the whinny of a horse.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
46 years later.
I can't do a horse. How do you do a horse? What does Mr. Ed do? It's like Wilbur,
Yeah,
right?
that's how it went.
All right, so Wilbur.
How does the talking horse torking?
The fucking horse is a horse, dude.
Oh, my God.
All right.
This was not the first time that the kids had heard the sound, as it often echoed up to their bedroom windows in the dead of night. But this was the first time it was so close by, and it was definitely the first time that they were so exposed and vulnerable when the sound emerged. The leader looked up and caught sight of a nearly 8-foot-tall figure watching her from the shadows about 250 feet away, give or take. She said a city block. I just Googled it. We'll see. Yeah. I mean, who knows?
City block?
I don't know what a Richmond block is.
Yeah,
like,
'cause if
as
you
opposed to a New York block or a Chicago block.
Yeah, a
An
New York-
LA block is like 7.5 fucking miles.
I've been in Richmond, but they're dead.
A New York block is
different
like
size.
3.5 miles. So
Yeah,
It could,
there's
let's
a-
say, somewhere between 37 feet
And 3 miles.
and 500 yards.
3
Exactly.
miles.
We're just going to guesstimate.
This is how we figured out the space between Earth and the stratosphere, right?
It's exactly how
It's
we
like
did that.
3.5 miles.
Like at most.
Yeah. You thought it was
you
like
could
10,000?
stretch and touch it.
Exactly. Cool.
So, give or take a city block away, its shaggy, earless head was partially concealed in the darkness. As for the rest, she could clearly see the torso of a man perched on the strong, lithe body of a stallion. In her own words, this was not someone dressed in a costume. This thing was real. It was a creature. It was alive. The moment this inhuman thing noticed it was being watched, it began to sprint towards the kids with its human arms held unmoving in a bent position with its elbows slightly out to the side. So that's fucked up.
Like this?
Because people run, we like to use all our limbs. We like
Just
to huck
running
it
like
out.
Popeye.
So
Yeah. Is he going
so
like
all
this?
4 legs are like hitting the dirt max, but it's fucking, he's like chicken winging, like frozen arm. And who knows how a centaur does it? They don't need arm momentum. It's going to be a full leg run.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
they have 4 legs to run with, so the top you might want to keep stiff, like a fucking Naruto run.
Yeah, just,
you're just fucking
less
you're doing
wind
it.
shear.
All right.
Or you're just
maybe.
intimidating the kids. I mean, you're a fucking 8-foot horse, a centaur.
Yeah,
but-
no, I think you already managed that.
Yeah.
You already nailed that part.
All
of it.
right, so he's
Totally.
not. Now he's gonna trample the kids.
All right.
We'll see.
All right.
The girl shrieked in horror, grabbed her 4-year-old brother, and steered the other kids toward the wooded area with the galloping ghoul in hot pursuit. When they reached the tree line that marked the edge of the park, she turned to see where the creature was, and to her eternal relief, it had ceased its chase. The girl could not help but stare as the manimal presented its haunches as it twisted its torso and head to watch her. So it's giving her full ass, and it's turning around, almost like it's being sultry.
Yeah.
Like, I could have caught you. I didn't.
Want to see my horse ass? Look at this.
Fucking yeah, it's
I
weird.
This is
know.
so weird. It's a weird move. It's like, look at my. Hey, kids, look at my ass.
You like
It's
this?
All right, calm down.
Yeah,
calm down.
relax. Creep of the park.
Touch your fucking
Creep
centaur.
tour.
Yeah, creep tour.
Just fucking relax about
Sent
it.
ass.
Wow. Oh, Jesus. All right, so he's flexing.
He's flexing.
He's
He
like, I
is.
got you.
Showing off.
I mean, congratulations. You're an 8-foot fucking centaur and you scared a bunch of kids. Wow.
Yeah, oh,
Big
yeah,
man.
mission accomplished.
Big man.
The children beat a hasty retreat and told their parents about their all too close encounter. Despite not being believed, these kids likely never again considered sneaking out to play at night.
Yeah, you can't really fucking.
No, you can't do it
No,
anymore.
But you heard the noise going up to your bedroom. Right? So the park is haunted by a fucking centaur.
Clearly,
I
I mean,
don't-
they heard the ghost whinny. The ghost whinny
They
kept
heard
them
the
up
ghost
at night.
whinny.
Yeah.
Saw it a city block away.
They got chased.
Clearly, mind you.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. But I mean, what do you do? I mean, I don't want to be the one to call guns again, but guns.
Well,
maybe.
All right.
An investigation.
I hate to call guns.
I hate to call guns,
you
but
say
guns.
that like it's an actual thing.
These young kids should have had guns.
no, not them, but maybe like the sheriff's department.
So you're saying kind of like in Murfreesboro or in Mill Race Park, there should have been a posse, an armed posse going centaur hunting, because it's not just, keeping people up at night or terrifying and almost trampling small children.
Yeah.
Well, not even almost trampling, but coming near it. But he's being real scummy about it. Like, check it out. Check this out.
Maybe he
dude.
was just like, he worked out and he was proud of his body. He's just like, dude, just look at my
I don't know, man.
And the kids were afraid. He's
It'd
like,
be
look-
weird if you do a lot of squats and you're like, "Hey, kids, look at my ass." It's real weird. I'm just saying, that's a fucking
Yeah,
weird.
but not if
that's
you're a
weird line.
horse.
Dude,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, and maybe centaurs work on different standards, and you know what?
They do.
Who are we to centaur shame?
I think we need to. I think this might be a time where we gotta stand for humans and say, you know what? We're tired of these goddamn centaurs chasing our fucking kids through parks. This is bullshit.
I agree.
Listen.
I mean, that is a gauntlet thrown.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt.
All right. So anyway, Robert,
Okay.
park centaurs
that's
aside.
an
Let's move
assumption.
on to the next incident. That's the beautiful thing about these. They're rarely repeats. They just keep coming.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Another incident involving children allegedly occurred in Melbourne, Florida, which actually I've been to a few times. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah.
All right, cool.
The case, which was unfortunately undated, was reported on paranormalabout.com. The eyewitness, a male who was a child at the time, narrated the account, so I'm going to let him do the speaking. 3 friends and I saw an apparition, possibly a demon. I mean, why not?
What is
Anything that
this,
starts
this
off
Chris?
that.
What the fuck?
When we were all around 10 years old,
God damn it.
myself, another boy, and his two sisters were riding bikes down a sidewalk that ran along the outskirts of our neighborhood. The end of the sidewalk is at a beachside highway in Melbourne, Florida. Nearing the highway, with me leading the pack, the boy put his hand on my shoulder and made me stop riding. When I looked back at them, the girls were staring straight ahead with tears in their eyes, and the boy pointed for me to look. Not knowing what they could be pointing at because I had just been looking in that direction when they stopped me, I looked and I saw what I can only say was a centaur on the sidewalk in between us and the highway.
The fucking goddamn sidewalk centaur.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Or maybe a crossing guard. The sun had just risen above the horizon and was at the creature's back, so the whole figure was cast in shadow, but I can still make out that it was very muscular, well, we know they work out, had a reddish torso, a horse's 4 legs, and was over 6 feet tall, which is not, I mean, I guess it's a cent pony. Tiny little thing.
Yeah, because if it's just your torso, yeah, it's a cent pony.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's adorable.
It is.
It's a fucking little brony.
Oh,
There you
Well,
go.
we'll see
yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
It could be. Yeah.
when your head's
right.
gone.
Next to it was a thicket of palmetto and palm trees, from which a person could have jumped out in a clever costume, although the quickness of the appearance and the incredible detail of the creature would make me doubt that. So he's throwing a little skeptical
All right,
shade at
could
his own
be
account.
somebody in a fucking
Quick
centaur.
costume jump,
Yeah.
but it's a half man, half horse.
Could be a centaur suit.
Right on. Needless to say, my first move was to turn around and jet, and the others had already done so. So that's the sucky feeling. You're staring at something, everyone behind you staring at something, you look back at them and
They
go, what the
booked,
fuck? And
yeah.
they're
And
already
they're
halfway
gone.
down
They're
the
out.
block.
Yeah, they're fucking done.
Oh, that blows. Okay. Before we had pedaled around the corner, I looked and it was still standing there, and I was very relieved that it was not chasing us. After we had reached a safe distance, we celebrated our escape. Unfortunately, I lost touch with my friends when I moved away later that year.
Well, the bond of a centaur will stay with you for
That's
years.
the worst stand by me I ever heard.
It really is. Yeah.
There was no body. It
Yeah.
was just a centaur.
Wasn't
Did
even
they
Stand
come
By Me,
back
it was
15
fuck off and
years
die.
later?
Except there's no corpse.
Yeah. No, there. What the fuck was the name of the corpse in fucking in Stand By Me? Shit, what the hell was it? The name of the
Ricky Blowers or something?
Yeah, I think it was. And there was Ricky Blowers bloated, and that's the worst part, man. The
Yeah.
dead body and that fucking look in its face. He was like, ugh, this is
Right.
gross.
I wouldn't go 7.5 feet to see a stranger's corpse.
No, not at all.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't
That's
travel
horrible.
that far to see a corpse. That's fucked up.
No.
Well, I guess we're not kids. Written by Stephen King.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, fine. All right.
True enough. Okay. One of the more harrowing encounters on record occurred in Arizona in 1970. Did I say on Arizona?
Yeah, it's okay.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
not wrong.
I mean, you're right. They weren't
It was
burrowed
on-
deep in the caverns of Arizona.
Dude, Arizona is known to have caverns of centaurs.
Technically,
Evidently.
on is more, I think, correct.
Yeah, than in.
You're on the land. You're not
in
in the land.
Arizona, you're on it.
I feel a lot better about that now.
All right, good.
And it'll be even funnier if I actually said the right word.
Perfect. Yeah.
On Arizona in 1970, 2 unidentified young men were driving along the chilly, arid 35-mile strip of Highway 90 that runs between Sierra Vista and Benson when their car's engine suddenly stalled, forcing them to stop in the middle of nowhere. They got out to take a look under the hood, but were unable to figure out what was wrong. Frustrated, the young bucks climbed back into the car to contemplate their next move. No easy task in the pre-cell phone era. And that's when they heard the welcome yet slightly unnerving sound of hooves impacting against the asphalt.
You think it's a rescue horse?
It's
a
you can
fucking
assume it's a
rescue
Mountie.
horse. Yeah.
It's a Southern Mountie.
Yeah.
You're heading-
An Arizona Mountie all the way down from...
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Why not? They travel long
Yeah,
distance.
it's like chips.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You're
But
like,
you're just
oh.
relieved because you know
Chips.
rescue's coming.
There's a horse.
Right.
Maybe one of us can ride to safety. The other
Oh,
one has to
yeah.
eat their own flesh.
Or you got to eat the horse.
Oh,
All right.
eat the
You
horse.
have to
Yeah.
live on scorpions.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
The guys simultaneously turned to look out of the rear window and were utterly gobsmacked to see a half man, half horse rear up behind the disabled vehicle.
Oh, boy.
Just not what you expect. No. Before the wonder of simply seeing this mythic beast had even settled in, the pair was shocked when the thing began to violently smash the back of the car with its front hooves.
Oh, you pissed off the centaur.
Territorial centaur.
Yeah. Oh,
The drive-
pissy centaur.
Pissy.
Oh, you
Yeah.
ate a scorpions.
Pissy. Oh, it's That's fucking dumb. I love it.
It's so stupid.
He ate the Centaur's scorpions.
Don't eat his scorpions.
The one rule.
I know.
The one.
Don't fucking.
They're like, well, clearly we're gonna start learning to live here because we don't know where we're going. Eat the scorpions.
Oh no!
Yeah, my scorpions.
The Centaur's mad.
The driver frantically tried. Jesus Christ, guys! Frantically tried to reignite the engine while his buddy screamed in blind terror. Perhaps Zeus was smiling down at them as the recently inert engine suddenly roared to life and the friends were able to speed away from the enraged monster and narrowly escape with their lives.
All of a sudden they do a spell.
Thank you, Zeus.
Fucking works.
Hera be praised.
Yeah, I mean
Poseidon had nothing to do with it. This is Arizona.
No.
He had nothing, fuck all to do with that at all. When the driver got home and told his mother what had transpired, the evidently religious woman replied, "What were you doing that caused the devil to show you that demon?"
Oh, Mom's mad.
Oh.
Like, what did you do?
What did you do?
To make the centaur?
Make the devil.
Did you eat all of
send
the
demon.
Did you eat all the scorpions? Is that what you did?
Did you? Oh.
That's what you did. And you know what happens? He shows up and he's mad, and then he hooves your fucking car.
I mean, I don't know what's worse, having loved ones not believe you or just wonder what you did to piss off Satan. Either way, you're like, fuck, like you're definitely not getting a sympathetic ear at this point.
Well, it's funny because she thinks it's a demon.
A demon, yeah.
Which is a creature that came from a deity, which technically Centaur's creature came from a deity.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
it's just a different
So
mythology.
she's not-
One's plausible.
Yeah, she just right.
She's not
that
off.
one clearly can't be true.
Yeah.
but
Both technically
right.
involve a dude with a white beard and a toga.
Totally, yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Sistine Chapel and Olympus speaking, you know.
All right, cool.
So, another family member corroborated that the back of the car had showed deep dents all over as if someone had been slamming into it with heavy rocks or hooves.
Of a centaur.
The hooves of a centaur. Or a wild stallion. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, the desert stallion.
They could have
The desert stallion.
They could have backed
Do
into
they
a horse.
have wild horses in Arizona?
They could have backed into a wild desert
They
stallion.
could have, yeah. Because
Just don't-
they ate scorpions as well.
And they were so afraid of getting in trouble, they blamed it on a centaur. Because the kid was smart enough to know his mom would assume it's a demon.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's the devil's fault. Dad pays for the repairs.
When you can fucking dupe your recently divorced mom into thinking that it was a fucking centaur because you know she'll believe it, but she'll go, it wasn't a centaur, it was a demon. That's how you get away with. That's how you party. That's what you do.
That's how you eat all the scorpions and get away with it.
Exactly. They're all yours.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
As if this hasn't been fucked up enough. Another frankly batshit crazy encounter comes to us from 1993. A pretty batshit crazy
Centaur
year.
free in 93.
Oh.
Well, clearly not.
Yeah, I totally fucked that one up. Totally. Yeah, dude, Centaur 3 free in 93. Not really, dickhead.
Nope.
Not fucking
That
really.
kind of contra the point.
Oh, we're so dumb. It's so stupid.
Oh, man.
Why do people listen to this?
I don't know. I don't fucking,
It's true.
I don't fucking know. I know.
We're talking about fucking people eating centaurs, fucking scorpions.
I know. We're almost 50. So this is what we're doing.
I can't believe people are listening to this on iTunes.
lifestyle
Jesus
decisions.
Christ.
Clearly ate all scorpions. That's why he was mad.
It's the only thing that makes fucking sense.
I know.
Oh, God.
Clearly, I'm right.
Oh, God.
it's so stupid. So
right.
stupid. All right. Continue with
93.
centaurs, Rob. All right.
Wherein various observers claim to have seen an array of odd entities, including another centaur-like being, all during the course of a single night near a place called Sítio de Moro in the state of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, we have some. We have a friend
shit.
Yes, we do. We should ask him about this. All right. The first incident involved a 12-year-old girl named Regiane Barbosa, who was outside when she first caught sight of a spherical object hovering over her family's ranch. Staring skyward in what one must assume was utter astonishment, Regiana was shocked when she suddenly became enveloped in a beam of yellow light emanating from the orbicular object.
Are we bringing fucking UFOs into centaur territory?
We have to report it as it's dealt.
It's fucking Starman.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
At the same moment, near the periphery of the property, a ranch security guard reported seeing two humanoid beings floating over a brook. As if all of that weren't weird enough, at precisely the same time, an elderly Japanese woman swore that she saw a bizarre centaur-like creature lurking in a wooded area not far away from the ranch. But the twist here was that the creature she saw was not half man, half horse, half fucking werewolf.
No, the fucking werewolf centaur.
You got
Oh,
a
that
UFO,
sounds so dope.
a beam, floating beings, and a fucking wolf tar.
Yeah. Oh, dude. How fucking dude. Does it have weird wolf legs too? Plus the fucking centaur legs?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was like a wolf on its hind legs, but then somehow out of its spine grew a weird horse-like end?
Weird. Yes.
Well,
So it's got
like
like
legs and
clawy
hooves just
paws.
hanging out. Like,
Yeah. Weird. RC, there's a wolf
that wouldn't be
centaur.
scary. I'd feel just sad for it.
Oh, I know. 'Cause
Yeah,
it would like have an awkward growth on its tail, and I'd be like, "Oh, we should take you to a vet, dude."
It can't lay down. There's
Yeah.
no way. It can't lay down.
But it's totally like fucking howling werewolves with like a fucking giant horse ass,
all right. So
Yeah, that's what I
all
pictured.
right, we got to. We're
all on the same ranch in fucking
In
just
Brazil.
outside of Sao Paulo.
All right. Cool.
It's
Weird.
it was a crazy night in '93. Has to be mentioned because it's a fucking.
I mean, I think-
it's centaur. Again, this falls into the semi-centaur.
Yeah, but I think this might be. Well, I guess I'm not. I was gonna try to defend Centaur free in '93, but. But
'cause
Centaur's
technically it's
but
not.
Centaur's a human in a horse.
So you're right. Do you feel better now?
Maybe it's a lycanthrope.
It's a
centaur.
it's a lycanthrope centaur.
It's
yeah.
true. Whether there was any connection between the child-shooting sphere, the hovering humanoids, or the lycanthropic centaur remains pure speculation, as does the possibility of a roaming herd of Brazilian centaurs running afoul of a pack of Ecuadorian werewolves, resulting in a sinister synthesis of these two patently paranormal creatures.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just pissing in the wind here.
You just
I'm saying I don't know if there's werewolves in Ecuador.
Yeah, but your writing skills right there. You just won awards.
Thank you.
Of
I do know
that
the
was a
Yakuza
7
hates
alliterations.
one half of that creature.
Exactly.
One half.
All right.
Whatever the relationship between these extraordinary phenomenon may or may not have been, it seems that it was one hell of a night to be a resident of Sitio de Moro. The next encounter takes us across the pond to Upper Hayford Royal Air Force Base, located in Oxfordshire, England. Late at night, sometime in 1996, an unnamed military security guard heard the distinct sound of galloping hooves on the tarmac. The flummoxed night watchman knew that there were no horses in the fenced-off area he was patrolling. No shit.
Well, good call.
But he nevertheless diligently approached the unsettling sounds. The intrepid sentinel flicked on his flashlight, rounded the corner of a large building, utterly unprepared for what he was about to confront. Rearing before him, with all the majesty befitting such a fantastic being, was what he referred to as a full-sized, quote-unquote, centaur. Not fun-sized, not teacup.
Yeah, not bite-sized.
Dude, imagine a teacup centaur.
That'd be adorable.
You're like, oh, he's so tiny.
He'd be all stomping on you and being pissy. Where's my scorpions?
No, not if it was like a full-grown like mini man horse thing.
No,
that
if,
would
if,
be
it's like, if it's like a
cute.
little person centaur, that's adorable.
But if it was a full-size person on a tiny horse,
You wouldn't be able to walk. They'd just be fucking.
Well, no, just grown man, half bod, but in a small size.
Right.
Wouldn't not be cute to me.
I don't think it would be able to balance. Wouldn't the top be too heavy?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
No.
Just a mini version of a fucking centaur.
All right. I follow you.
I don't mean.
I follow you.
Yeah,
I'm there.
I don't mean a man on a fucking a fetus of a horse body. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh man.
good, because that was a horrible
Yeah,
image.
it was gross. It was gross.
Look,
Oh, God.
Jesus
It was
Christ,
real.
man.
It was real fucked up. All right, but I think it would be. Maybe we're thinking adorable, but we're not thinking about just how awkward it's going to be. Because like, what do you do when you walk in a room with that thing?
With the tiny centaur?
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, here's the thing. It's got rights. I mean, it's a person. Horse dick
Yeah.
aside, and it's hung. Even for a tiny
I mean,
teacup
if it
fucking
was-
I didn't
centaur.
want to bring it up.
Well,
but
come
yeah.
on.
Like a 2-year-old baby centaur, that's different.
That would could be kind of cute though.
That I can
like,
see being cute, but
just being
I'm
a
saying a full
Well, are you
grown one.
walking in like
isn't-
your friends, or are you walking in like, this is some shit I got? Because
You
then
just-
that's shady. That's slavey.
You just go into a room and there's a fucking baby centaur. You don't own the fucker.
Well, I thought you were saying you walk into a room with a centaur. What's the crowd going to do?
No, I mean the centaur's in a room. You walk in and it's just there, and you're like, oh, I got to deal with this.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, what do you do? Do you shake its hoof?
I
Well,
don't
no, it's got
know.
arms. You can shake its hands.
I mean, is it one of those wild drunk ones? Is it fun drunk? Is it shitty drunk?
Oh, yeah.
Is it revenge? Scorpion revenge centaur?
You don't want that either. All right, let's get back to Upper Hayford if we
All
can.
right, all right.
Is it a teacup centaur?
It is a full-size centaur. We've established this.
All right, fine.
Shocked that he was bearing witness to an entity that he had only seen before in the pages of dusty school books, the sentry was even more perturbed when the harsh glare of his flashlight revealed that instead of hooves, the centaur's front legs ended in hands and his back legs terminated in human feet.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting, dude. It's so gross.
So he's got-
At this point,
many
he did the
hands?
only thing that makes sense. He ran
He
away.
puked and died.
But, all
All
right,
right.
so here
And
it
he'd
is.
be like, "You're fucked up,
Man from like tip of his head to his fucking belly button.
Yep.
Horse.
Horse.
Front hooves.
More
Man
hands.
Man hands.
More
So
hands.
gross.
Back hooves.
Feet.
Man feet.
Oh, it's so. Dude, it's
That's
like,
not
that's
right.
that's like taking a majestic creature and making it look stupid.
Oh, it's
You're
horrible.
like, you're not
and it can
scary.
like grope you in 3 different ways.
Yeah, it's
4
weird.
technically.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
And here's the fucking great
Too many
mystery that
hands.
surrounds it now.
That's a lot of so it's got like
The
4
thing
hands.
that attracted this fucking night watchman to it to begin with was the sound of fucking hooves clomping on fucking asphalt.
Where's the
so was he just going
hooves?
Yeah.
trying to get him to fucking come over? He's like, hey, dude.
Did he have the
4 jazz hands, 2 feet.
Did he have the coconuts clock them together?
He'd have extra hands to do it.
Yeah, he could be a sound effects artist.
The Foley centaur.
He could be.
Or just that splinter group learned to replicate it, yeah, with their the vocal. So like, we don't have hooves, fuck. So they mastered it with their voice.
So do you think it had like a human dick? Did I say that?
Oh,
Do you think it did?
I never.
Does it,
I
do you
never
think it has
thought
another
about it.
hand?
Yeah.
Why not at this point?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's just hands ahoy.
Look at its dick. There was no dick. It was just hands.
It's just hands everywhere.
That is totally what Hands
I
Across
fucked this
America
thing.
should have been called.
Oh God, this thing sucks. This thing's just
Yeah,
gross.
he's grubby. He is grubby.
All right.
He ran away. No one ever saw it again.
Good.
Hey, thank God, because he's fucking stupid.
Okay. So we're on to our last encounter.
All right, let's
that
bring
we're
it
gonna deal
home,
with here.
Robert.
One of the most recent sightings of a centaur on record occurred less than a decade into the new millennium and was published on the Unknown Creature Spot blog under the heading 2006 Michigan Centaur Sighting.
Classic.
Straight to the facts.
Classic.
Classic.
I'm like,
Classic Upper Michigan
Dude,
mythological
You're
creature.
in Michigan Upper Peninsula. You got centaurs.
you got lakes,
You got great,
you got
you got
centaurs.
great fishing. And
You got
centaurs.
hockey fans.
Yeah.
You got a Medusa or two, probably.
And Michigan's awesome. What up, Michigan?
Iowa's full of minotaurs, though. Whole different thing. On an evening in the icy chill of either January or February of 2006, I don't know why, it's not clear, but maybe she wrote it after the fact.
Okay.
A woman who preferred to remain anonymous was driving alone between the towns of Battle Creek and Bellevue when she slowed to a halt at a stop sign. So far, so good.
Sweet.
Suddenly, a huge creature leapt over a large snowbank and began bounding toward the car at a rate that she described as being 10 yards per second. So that's 30 feet, give or take, per second.
Are we going to go back to like city blocks again? Like
Dude,
how
I
many
don't
city
know.
blocks? How do you convert that?
I'm just saying that's fast.
All right.
Dude, you can do yards and feet.
Yeah, that's
No,
not
I
how.
know
The
That's
city
not.
block was ambiguous.
Yeah.
That's something we can literally fucking do.
Yeah, we
You
just
know
did
that,
the math.
Like, how could we? That's just unfathomable.
I'm sick of this impossible math.
I can do the yards. I can do the yards to feet, but how do you do the fucking the yards to city block?
We don't need to.
Why not? Oh, you're right. We don't.
I'm like, what? You're inventing a conundrum. Like, there's no problem here.
Good
You're
Lord.
right. You're right.
How can we do this?
I just stupid myself into a corner. What the fuck? Why did I even care? What did I do?
I don't know.
All
You just
right.
threw that in there.
Oh,
Either
shit.
way, this fucking thing is pretty fast.
Okay.
The astonished eyewitness described the part human creature as being enormous, with a body as white as the snow around it.
Oh, the rare white centaur.
Albino.
Whoa.
But as striking as the bulk of its body may have been, what truly surprised the observer were the dainty goat-like legs that supported the rest of its unwieldy mass. See? Not a full-size centaur. Now we know why you have to specify. There's the full-size centaur, and then there's the thing that we almost thought Chris was talking about, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is the baby goat-legged, giant mass man centaur.
How does he even support the weight?
Mythological physics.
All right.
The science of
moving
magic.
that fast, it's not.
Yeah, how is he going to move that fast with those tiniest little legs?
What was it in fucking Spring Hill Jack's Satanic Chemistry? I
Yeah.
don't remember what we
Oh,
called it.
something like that.
Yeah, it was something. All right. So you got satanic goat legs, right?
They're goat legs.
All right, cool.
What else could they be?
So they got to be satanic.
Tiny little baby goat legs. Cool. As disturbing as these incongruities may have been, they were nothing compared to the terror she would experience as the being attempted to gain access to her vehicle, employing its long fingers and nails.
Long,
quote unquote.
long fingers.
That's how she
and
described it.
nails.
Long.
It's got,
Tiny legs, long fingers, big body.
Has it got like Big Trouble in Little China weird fucking
Like Lopan type
Lopan
shits?
hands? Oh.
It then tried to simply open the door with the handle. So first it's like long finger creepy on the window.
And then it
Then it's
realized,
like,
hold
here.
on. Human technology
I
and
can do
handles.
this.
Yeah, I
Helen,
got
can
it.
you unlock this, please?
Yeah, can I just get in, please?
But she had mercifully locked it out of habit.
All right, well, good.
Although the entire terrifying event transpired so quickly that the witness was not able to give a detailed description of the furry fiend's face, she did note that another carload of witnesses had also seen the beast. Apparently, they stopped and stared at it before driving away. So much for Good Samaritans.
Oh, they saw the thing harassing her?
I don't know if I would get out. First off, it's cold. It's snowing, and it's fucking Michigan, so it's extra cold.
Right.
But if I saw a woman alone in the car with a fucking creepator fucking trying to long finger its way into her car,
I don't know.
I would at least like honk a few times. Maybe try to flash the headlight. I wouldn't just leave her.
No.
I'm not saying I'd get out and try to go mono a centaur because I'm not
Well,
fucking
I mean,
stupid.
you got a card.
I don't want to say guns, but
I'm not. Well, it's Michigan.
Mark.
Fuck, it's Michigan. Everyone's fucking
That is
loaded.
the one time where if you're a hunter and you're driving by and you have a stacked rack, I fully advocate at least doing your best to help a lady out.
Dude,
Now maybe he thought it was stuck in a snowbank. Maybe the centaur was just a helpful fucking member of the neighborhood.
No, it's a fucking centaur. It shoots legs. Fuck
Shoots
it.
legs?
Yeah, fuck
The
it.
fuck shoots legs?
Shoot because you're gonna shoot it in the leg and then you're gonna capture it.
Did you? I thought you said it shoots legs like it's its
Oh,
fucking superpower.
no.
Leg.
No, you shoot it in the leg.
Oh, all right.
You
good.
fucking maim it.
Still, that image was really wonderful.
If you're driving and you see a fucking car and then there's a fucking centaur,
You maim it.
no, but you're not. It's gonna fucking be so awkward.
If you don't have a gun,
You're gonna be like, holy shit, it's a fucking centaur.
and you try
Yeah.
to clip the centaur in order to save the woman's
back
life.
into it. Fuck it.
Does your insurance cover that problem?
Oh, like centaur coverage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
no
Or
chance
do you have to
does.
lie and say it was a deer and it was an accident?
I
But
mean-
you and the woman both know you have that secret you take to your grave? I clipped a centaur for you.
Yeah.
My
Hit it.
insurance went up, but
Yeah, I mean,
You're
technically, I guess you don't have to shoot it in the leg. You can just hit it with your car. Fuck it.
yeah, that's you could be doing real damage to your car.
You'd be fine. It's got tiny little legs.
Yeah, but what if they're sturdy? I mean, they're
Well,
holding up a huge body.
Yeah, if it can move
30 fucking yards
Yeah.
a second.
That's right.
Granted, it's her estimating. And we don't know what kind of skills she may or may not have in that department.
She could have my math skills. Wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it seems like not a lot.
So a lot of these, oddly enough, a lot of these centaur descriptions don't really sound like your classic centaurs.
No, almost none of them are.
They're all real fucked up.
All we're dealing here's the cohesive part. Human part body on top,
Right.
some sort of ungulate on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not even necessarily because one of them didn't even have hooves.
Yeah.
It just had extra hands and feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so fucking
Its
icky.
dick was
And one
the
of them,
hands.
this one was goat.
Yeah, it had goat legs.
Now they might have been horse legs, but they were goat sized. We don't know if they're
It's even
necessarily
weirder. That's
goat.
like a fucking Hieronymus Bosch painting.
Oh yeah.
With like this weird fucking legs
Especially
that
the
don't make
first one
sense,
from
yeah.
Ireland where the half face fucking centaur.
Yeah. All
At least
right.
that's right. I mean, maybe it is a human head on a horse. I don't know.
You know, I got a little excited because when we started off talking about the centaurs, I'm like, oh, this is totally a tulpa.
Yeah.
Because people love centaurs.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
have centaur festivals. People are into this shit.
Is there really a centaur
No,
festival?
but there should be.
Okay.
It's fucking
All right. I knew that.
D&D.
Kind of
What
busted
was
you
the
on that.
movie with the fucking, what was the movie with the centaurs? Was it Harry Potter? Was there centaurs
There was
in Harry
one where
Potter?
Pierce Brosnan
I
played
think.
one.
He was a centaur?
Yeah, he
Oh,
played one like
yeah.
Percy Jackson and the unwashed
Percy-
undies or something.
The
you just-
unwashed undies.
I didn't actually see the
Centaurs,
movie.
I can't remember what they were.
that's right.
But yes, there also were some in the Harry Potter mythology. I think they ended up being helpful, but maybe they were. I think they're kind of what they always are, shady but not.
Maybe I thought centaurs were more popular than they really were.
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty for mythological creatures. I mean, you got your minotaurs, you got your centaurs, you got your Medusa.
Yes,
I mean, they rank.
Pans, yeah. All right,
Hydras.
So I was all excited about a tulpa theory.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, it could be.
Except a tulpa requires power to manifest it.
Yeah.
Like, it has to have a lot of people, or maybe even just one really powerful psychic, I guess, believing in it. And it seems like, say, like, for example, the kids that were chased at the park, they just heard the ghost whinny.
Yeah.
But they weren't even so afraid of it that they didn't want to play at the park at night. They did. And then they saw it, and it was the last fucking thing they expected. Or the other kids in Melbourne, Florida, where there's a weird addendum to that case where the kid that wrote about it, the anonymous one, said, I moved back when I was 15, and I heard a terrible scream outside, and a kid got hit by a car and got killed, and his parents were very upset, and I wanted to ask them, but I didn't bother. But what scared him that made him run to the road? Did he see a centaur? And I decided to leave that out, even though I'm editing out, because I'm like, that is an unrelated tragedy.
You gotta leave that out.
I mean, that's not a fucking centaur-related death. No, it's a busy road in an unfortunate moment.
Yeah, centaur.
Maybe he saw centaur.
I think he made a really good decision not asking the family.
Yeah,
that.
really. Like, why?
So, do you know if by chance Billy
saw centaur? Did he? Were his last gasping words like, "It was a horseman"?
It was a horseman.
Baby.
Pretty sure centaur, but it had man hands in the front, way more than he should have.
It had a weird dick, really weird dick.
Yeah. Possibly his dick was a hand.
Never should have touched that scorpion.
And his tail too.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, it's terrible.
And a mane of hands.
I can't not see it. I can't get it out.
It's all I see.
Just see it back and forth. Oh, it's horrible.
So gross.
A mane of hands.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
You're welcome.
Fuck you.
So I was gonna float my tulpa theory, but I'm gonna bring it back. We're gonna be tulpa free in '93.
All right, you nailed it.
That works.
Yep.
All right.
Well
so I guess we can go to undiscovered species. Of
sure.
Of what? They're all different.
Stupid looking horse people, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
they can't be cryptids because as much as I love cryptozoology, there's no indication. Not just in the fossil record, but just period. They're randomly seen in populated areas, and
right?
Whatever.
You know, but I mean, also too, we don't have any Sasquatch bones. What's not saying that there wouldn't be any centaur bones?
All right.
Well, we haven't found any.
Exactly.
It's true. And if you found centaur bones, you'd be like, "Oh, this poor dude died on a horse." Like you would never, for a second, think it's a centaur. You'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened to the horse's head or this guy's crotch, but." There was a really bad horse-man accident here at some point in the past.
Yeah, people wouldn't just assume. Plus, every bit of biology we know says that combination just can't happen.
Like, if you found the fossil, though, it would be connected in the spine. The spine's connected.
Not always.
Yeah, they are.
Dude, real paleontologist fucking Mark here. So all fossils are always connected. Please explain.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of just a skeleton, but you're right. It wouldn't necessarily be connected.
I'm not saying a spine is never kind of connected.
You're talking about if they found the whole thing, just like they uncovered it like fucking Pompeii. It's the entire thing sitting there, complete with it in a bow motion.
I like your bow motion.
I had a bow motion, dope imprint where I had sweet hair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So, all right. I'm not taking off undiscovered species off the table.
You can't entirely, but I just think, like, the sightings of centaur are so much, say, less frequent than even Sasquatch.
Right.
So, I mean, the body of evidence even for the sightings is so minuscule that I think we have to essentially take it off the table. Not completely. You can't take tulpa completely off the table, but you have to at least mitigate the possibility of that as being one of the primary causes.
Because unfortunately, a lot of the sightings that we did talk about this episode, they are a little bit suspect. A little bit. A smidge.
Well, they're quick.
Yeah.
There's kids involved.
All right, so the kids at the distance of 1,100 city blocks, give or take.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, all right.
It could have legit been a horse.
It could have legit been a guy riding a horse.
Yeah, cop on a horse.
A guy riding a horse, then real coyly turning around and going, It's my horse's butt.
Maybe
My
just
horse's
following the
ass.
kids, and they thought he was chasing them. And then they stopped and just was looking at him, and then left.
Ever been chased by a horse?
No.
No, me neither. But
Why
it's terrifying.
we have?
They are scary and
They are,
big.
yeah.
And they will eat human flesh.
Will they really?
Oh, yeah.
Most things will.
Oh, okay.
That eat meat will.
I
So,
think
I mean,
the horses eat meat.
The horses aren't the heroes in this story.
No, horses don't eat meat. They eat fucking grass.
They eat oats and
I
human
said
flesh.
most things that eat meat will eat you. Is what I'm
but-
saying.
Pigs definitely eat people.
Yeah, it's gross.
All I know is I've heard horses will eat people.
Okay.
Am I an expert? Am I an equine expert? Yes, I am.
All right.
No, I'm not.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I don't
maybe
think
that
horses
was that's
do.
the
I
curse.
did ride a horse once when I was
Me
little.
too.
I didn't like it. It's bumpy.
I'm not a big
actually,
fan.
It was actually kind of fun. I liked it.
Did you?
Really?
It was pretty cool. Yeah. Adirondacks.
All
is
right.
fun.
Well,
It's a little ass bruisey.
Adirondack riding a horse. It was a good time.
You know what would suck? I'm not even going to go there. Riding a burro down the fucking Grand Canyon. You're going to die every second in this fucking
Yeah,
slow,
it was
not a fan of
doddering
that either.
fuck. I hate that.
Yeah, that would
I hate the
suck.
thought of that.
You gotta be good friends with that donkey.
But I digress.
All right. So where do we go, Robert?
So
We're tulpa free. They're not under. They're not,
we
they're not
can't
a species.
ignore.
What do we do?
We can't ignore the
Demon?
Sitio de Moro.
Oh, the old fucking Satan.
There was a UFO.
Yeah.
They were alien, evidently, or at least maybe random floating people that were just as interested in the UFOs as the little girl. Who knows? And a werewolf fucking centaur.
The werewolf centaur is a wild card, kind of like Chris,
Yeah.
a little bit.
they're all kind of wild
He is
cards.
our
Every one of them is a
centaur.
wild
He's
card.
our werewolf centaur. Wild card.
So, I mean, they could be aliens,
Could be.
but the one time a centaur is associated with a UFO, it's a
It's a
fucking
wolf.
wolf.
Yeah.
So, probably not.
No, it could just be a weird creature from wherever they're from.
But it could be a warring race. I mean, if we came from a planet, according to the Dubno abductors, that was full of cows and humans, maybe the horse people are just our natural
Ah,
enemies
the horse people of the hills. Yeah.
from planet Thessaly.
We figured it out. We fucking nailed it.
You can't remove, and I already
The
see
demon.
Chris is dying. No, well, maybe, but
No.
what do these things do?
No.
What have they
scare
done to
you.
everybody?
Oh, they scare you.
And what feeds on terror?
But not always.
What feeds on terror, Mark?
No, I'm not. I
Mark,
can't.
what feeds on terror?
It's not an ultra-terrestrial.
That's right, they do.
Oh, we lost Chris. He's gone. He's eating scorpions. He's gone. He's eating all the scorpions.
I'm on a scorpion diet.
He's
100%
are you
all the
happy?
time.
You,
I'm
you-
just saying we can't ignore the
You
possibility.
shamed him into a scorpion diet.
Oh my God, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Jesus Christ. All right.
It's just coming back.
So, ultra-terrestrial, possibly. Though, they do kind of, because of how they appear and just kind of disappear, I guess, and they show off their fine asses, sort of whatever. Maybe we are dealing with some sort of like demonic entity, possibly phantasmagorical.
So why would a
In
demon
nature?
want to show off their ass any
'Cause
more
what
than
they-
anything
that's what
else
they
that has
do.
a nice ass?
That's what they
Like
do.
every species that is self-aware
I
enough
just
to know
put
it
it
has
in
a
there for
nice
the hell of
ass
it, 'cause
shows it
it-
off. They don't have to be diabolical to do it.
I just put it in there because why not?
Okay, it could
You
be
know
a
how
demon.
I feel about fucking.
I'm just saying the nice
shit.
ass wasn't necessarily supporting your claim.
It was there for
doesn't
effect.
matter.
It was there for decoration.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
different.
God.
Yeah, it's just
You
color.
You just like throw
colors.
paprika and everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, there.
No, I got
It's
Mrs.
a splash of color.
I got Mrs. Dash.
I do enjoy Mrs. Dash. Little
So,
lemony.
okay, fine. Fine horse ass aside.
Yeah,
They do appear and just kind of disappear,
that's true.
and they are kind of like vengeful and attacky. I mean, maybe it is.
Well, they seem.
Well, I don't know about
well,
vengeful.
I don't know about that exactly. Like that was pure speculation on our part.
All
But
right,
really,
all right, well,
they got pissed at a random parked car. Maybe
Right.
they're territorial.
it could be.
Maybe again it was a wild desert stallion, and these guys were high as kites, and they thought
It's a
that is a
dude.
man horse.
It's a fucking centaur,
Yeah, well.
dude. I'm fucked. Oh no. So maybe, if we are talking some sort of demon or just, ghost horse person or something, but a demon sounds good.
Maybe.
We're not, but we don't really go into demons that often. 'cause we
No,
don't really
but I mean,
know.
why would you? I guess, but they're not really. I mean, they fucked up one car,
Yeah, they didn't really do anything.
tried to get
it.
into another car.
They aren't like really super
The
diabolical.
one with hands on its hooves is definitely a demon. I'll give you that. 100%.
Yeah, that's Boschish.
There's just no
But
way.
No, the
Ish.
other one too that has it's a human head and a horse head.
Oh yeah, all right. The
that
first
thing's
one.
a-
All right, so
that's
there's two
Boschish,
demons. We have
too.
two demons.
Yeah.
100%.
The
potentially
werewolf-
demons.
The werewolf centaur might be a demon too,
All right.
because Satan pilots a UFO. So
Yeah, but why they Satan? These things come from Greek mythology. Why would they come? Why would you're attributing Abrahamic
stuff to.
That's good. No,
to
you're
If
right.
anything, this proves that Greek mythology is real.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And,
Sweet.
and I know
Confirmed.
I know it's an exciting new phrase that we bandy about, but the idea that these gods lived on top of Mount Olympus. Now we know people have scaled it many times. There's no gods living up there, but if there were portals to other dimensions wherein these creatures with godlike powers, at least by human standards, could come through and toss lightning or control a kraken or fuck a cloud or whatever the fuck they want to do.
Fuck that sexy cloud.
The most
Fuck that real
important power.
super hot. Fuck yeah.
Of
My
all
wife's
time.
a cloud.
Cloud
Fuck
fucker.
her.
That's the worst cloud power.
Have
That's
a
the
horse,
worst,
baby.
That's the worst power ever. I'm gonna fuck a cloud.
So
Watch
if
out,
these
here I
were
come.
What can you do, Billy?
Yeah, I'm a fucking cloud.
Cloud. What about fog? Oh man, I'm trying.
It's too close.
It's
Sometimes
too
it's
close to the
cloud.
ground.
It's gotta be like 200 feet up to be a cloud. I can't fuck it. I can try. Oh, can't do it. There you go.
All right, let us know, Billy.
Good luck fucking a
We're
cloud.
gonna be doing dope shit over here. You're gonna fucking
Yeah, we're gonna be here riding centaurs. Good luck. So yeah, maybe
pagan gods might be metaterrestrials who just come from another
metaterrestrials?
place with a different skill set, and that might include the monsters that went with them, the titans, the fucking chimeras, the whatnots, and maybe occasionally they can slip through the veil, as they say,
Right.
show up, fucking scare some people, fucking attack a car, try to hop in, have weird fucking mane of hands, and fucking do whatever they do, and then they slip away. That would
All right.
that would conveniently. I mean, I know that's all of a sudden. Basically, what I've said is, and maybe they're magic,
Magic, yeah, they're magic, yeah.
but it's
basically.
the science magic of the metaterrestrial.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
But who's to say all religions aren't somehow founded on the idea that maybe there are blue people with multiple arms? I'm not belittling anyone's religion, saying that it's not divine. I just
Right.
mean maybe these things could be representative of real things, and unlike Guy Tsoukalos, they're not all fucking aliens.
Oh, fucking yeah, Tsoukalos. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, they could
Hair guy,
be
yeah,
different
aliens,
things.
yeah.
Yeah. So who knows?
All right. Well.
So I guess I'm taking the very easy way out.
Okay.
Of metaterrestrial.
Sweet. Christopher.
I think they're probably all just misidentified.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Probably.
Thankfully, someone's an adult here because
Wow.
someone
really?
else isn't. I'm looking at you.
I'm sorry. How do
Yeah.
you imitate fucking a bottom half of a horse? You're a trained guard on a fucking Air Force base. Why would you even if you were fucking dumb enough to jeopardize your career by saying you saw a centaur, why would you say it had fucking hands and feet?
Because you're that fucked up.
Yeah, you're on dope.
You're all
Or
fucked
he's
up.
schizophrenic or something. Like
Exactly.
just he had a psychotic
He's fucked.
episode.
He's just fucked.
So you're either fucked or you really saw some weird shit. I'm not saying some of them couldn't be.
That's
like,
every story
like
we
the
do.
kids 700 miles away, the guy's riding a horse. I can buy that.
That's why I said most of them are probably misidentified things
But
that actually
all
are
it
real.
takes is one.
The Michigan the Michigan one's kind of interesting.
It is.
Besides having little tiny goat legs,
It's creepy.
those legs need to be taken shots.
And the
at.
Irish one, I mean, unless somebody put like a shitty hobo Halloween mask on a horse and sent him out wild and,
No,
and
man.
running.
Yeah, that's
and these
true.
people saw it for a second, like, the fuck?
Ah! Yeah,
It's-
weird.
Man
know?
face, horse face.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you've got metaterrestrial. Chris has misidentification completely. I think I might break the mold here and just go with that. It's like the centaurs of old. They're back.
From where?
From Thessaly.
Good call.
Yeah,
Good call
you like
back.
that?
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
you like
I
that?
can't, I'm not even going to, I'm so proud of you for pulling that. You get it.
I have you
They're real and they're back.
Thessalian
they're real.
centaur
They're real in the
have
back.
come home to roost
So, do you think that
In Michigan.
I mean, if they're why not?
in Sao Paulo.
Yeah, or we could be dealing with quite possibly, maybe.
I can't wait for this.
Well, no, it was gonna go back to my whole like demonic theory of it being like some sort of like some sort of like projection or
The easy call again, cringe all you want, is ultra terrestrial. Taking something from human mythology that was never real and using it to frighten you because it's just lazy. Like it could be a seven-eyed fuck all
Right.
and terrify you, but that's work because you have to imagine it from scratch. Maybe it's like being a Green Lantern where you have to use your powers and fucking pull something out. It's like just open up an old book and I'm this.
right.
Arr, I'm a centaur.
It does seem a little
I'm
bit
running
lazy.
real fast. You're scared. I eat your fear. Fuck it.
Here I go. Here I
like
come.
a really lazy ultra-terrestrial.
All right. Well, I mean, I do enjoy your meta terrestrial theory. I think that's fun because it does kind of tie it back.
Well,
to,
I just want the pagan gods to be there somewhere.
I
want
know. It'd be
Odin
dope.
to be all one-eyed and
be
wise
dope.
somewhere.
So I guess I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
maybe.
ghost horse. So there you
Ghost
go.
horse.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
It works. Fuck it.
No,
ghost
you've
horse.
convinced me.
I'm,
It
you
is
know
a
what?
ghost horse.
I'm fucking sticking with it. I'm gonna die on this hill of ghost
Ghost
horse.
horse. I love it.
Of ghost horse.
Ghost
There
riders
you
in the
go.
sky. Baby.
Thank y'all so very much for joining us for this week's episode of the Kryptonaut Podcast. TeePublic, you can get to our TeePublic shop, hellorspace.com. We have some new t-shirts up there, and we're going to be adding more t-shirts by the end of the year. So be sure to check that out. The social medias, the Instas, the Twitters, the Facebooks. Be sure to follow us there. We got a Facebook group. It's fun and join it. It's good. It's a good time.
It is fun and enjoyment.
There's all kind of fun. It's fun, and you should join it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mocked you for something I misheard.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a dick.
Because my voice sucks and I'm fucking tired.
Now who's the
So.
centaur with a hand for a dick?
Yeah, you.
Me.
Mr. Dick Hand. Yeah.
I'm owning it.
Yeah, you're not getting in my truck with your dick hand. How about that?
It'll be easier to climb into that fucking monster.
Into my big horn. Come on, Bobby, climb into my big
All
horn.
American.
Yeah, so check that out. Facebook group. Patreon.com/Kryptonaut Podcast. $1 will get you a shout out. $5 will get you a shout out and some bonus audio.
Indeed.
Thank y'all so very much. We appreciate your support. Thanks for listening, first and foremost, and we're talking to you soon.
Absolutely.
Send us your centaur theories.
Totally.
Because our listeners always have great theories.
I know, they do.
Our Spring Hill Jack episode, everybody had better theories than we did. Did you notice that?
It's bound to happen.
We
Well,
went into, I
I
went
mean-
into Facebook and I'm like, shit.
I'm better than an
We
alien
forgot
robot
they had
built
re-
with diabolical
Yeah,
technology.
that's pretty good.
There's a
don't
lot of
know.
really,
I don't-
there's a lot of
Do you
really
mean
good.
better in that more accurate? Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
There was a lot of really good tulpa theories with Spring Hill Jack.
That makes sense. The
A lot
repression
really
of the
good.
Victorian era resulting in a booby-grabbing, fire-spitting monstrosity.
Yeah.
But we're not here to be academics, sir.
Yeah.
It's true. You know what? Good listener, that is your job.
Yes.
To listen to us talk bullshit and then you figure it out and tell us what's right.
That makes perfect sense to me.
There you go. So send us all your centaur theories. Don't make a horseman baby, and we're talking to you soon.
Yeah,
Bye.
Bye.
If you start growing hands in weird places,
It's Chris's fault.
no. Yeah.
Don't.
it's not my fault. It wasn't my
No,
fault.
You brought it up. You made
It's in the story.
You
Wow.
made it manifest.
Don't be a dick.
So Chris tulped a hand onto your back? That's horrible. I can't live in that
That's a
universe.
bad- exactly.
We'll be talking to you.
Goodbye, friends.